Hey everyone, it's Chris from East Lothian Guitar Lessons, and in this video we're going to break down the Rockschool debut grade acoustic version of Knockin' on Heaven's Door. So we're going to start with the performance, and then I'm going to break down each section and make it easy to play. Before we start, please subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification bell so that you get all the updates as they come through and new videos, all that kind of stuff. Of course, it's totally free. You guys know how YouTube works. One thing I will say is the first thing you're going to notice is I'm not playing an acoustic guitar in this video, okay? My guitar is actually currently under repair, so I'm using an electric guitar to do the videos. But don't worry, the technique, the tuning, all that kind of stuff is exactly the same. It just sounds a little bit different because it's electric. But all of the information that you're going to learn just applies straight over onto your acoustic guitar. Okay, let's start with the performance.
Knocking on Heaven's Door.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mama, take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door.
Okay, so let's start with the intro for Knockin' on Heaven's Door. And what we're going to do here is I'm going to use a pick for this. Now, not all acoustic guitars played using your fingers. Sometimes you're going to use a pick for certain things, and for this particular one, I'm going to play it with a pick because I think it's more in the style of Bob Dylan to use a guitar pick. So the first thing is let's break down just the intro, which is the top line, okay? And the first thing you need is an easy G. So you're going to put your third finger on the third fret on string number 1, and you're going to play these 4 strings here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's strings 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, when you're talking about the strings of the guitar, string number 1 is always the one nearest the floor, and string number 6 is the one nearest the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to play strings 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this chord. So that's your G chord. Then on beat 3 of this bar, you're going to switch to a D chord. So a D chord, I think the best way to play it is with your first finger on fret 2 on string number 3, your second finger on fret 2 of string number 1, and your third finger is going to come in between those on string 2 on fret number 3. And you're still going to play 4 strings. You're going to play an open D string, that's string number 4, and you're going to play right through. Okay, so let's do our first bar. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's move on to bar number 2. Bar number 2 starts with an A minor chord. So your A minor chord, you're going to play your first fret on string 2. Try and curl that finger up because you need this first string to ring open. Okay, so you need to make sure that your first finger isn't actually obstructing that or touching that string, otherwise you're going to get a dead note. Okay, and then you're going to put your second finger on string number 4 on fret number 2, and then you're going to put your third finger on fret number 2 on string number 3. So that's your A minor shape, and obviously it's in the tab that you'll be looking at. Okay, and for this one we are going to play again just these same 4 strings. Okay, and then you're going to play that same chord again. So bar 2, once you get that A minor chord, is actually pretty easy. So I'm just going to do those first 2 bars in time so you can hear what they sound like. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Bar number 3 is easy. It's the same as bar number 1. It's your G chord. It's your D chord. Okay. The last bar in the intro, which is the top line, is a C chord. Okay, and you're going to place your first finger there. It's almost exactly the same as the A minor chord. You can place your second finger here on fret 2. So first finger fret 1, string 2. Second finger is going to be fret 2 on string 4, and you're going to leave a gap. Instead of putting that third finger on like we do with the A minor chord, you're going to leave that off and try and play your third string and your first string open. Okay, and that's going to give you the sound of a C chord. And you only play that once in the bar, and you hold it for 3 beats. So I'm going to play the whole intro, which is the whole of the top line. Here we go. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. There's your intro. Okay, let's do the verse. So the good news is that if you can play the intro, you can already play the verse as well. And that's one of the great things about guitar playing, is that, you know, when you first look at a song, you think, wow, it's really, there's a lot to learn here. But really, a lot of things repeat. You use chord progressions and the same chords over and over again. And that's what's going to happen in the verse right here. So we're going to do, the only real difference is that the C chord that's at the end of the intro, instead of playing it once, you play it twice. You play it on beat 1 of that bar and then again on beat 3 of that bar. So I'm going to go ahead and play the verse so you can get a feel for it. So it's G, D, A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, then G, then D, then C, 1, 2, 3, and you do it again, G, D, A minor, G, D, C, C. Okay. That's it. That's your verse. So now you are ready to do the chorus. We are well into page 2. We're on line 2 of page 2, and we're going to start the chorus. Okay, so the final bit is the chorus, and the good news is that the chords are exactly the same as the intro and the verse. So there's no real change in terms of the chords. You don't have to learn any more new chords. But the rhythm is slightly different. It's a little bit faster. We're going to play on each beat on some of the bars, and it'll be a little bit trickier. You need to sort of get your head into moving from playing on every other beat to playing on every beat for the chorus. So the reason it does that is because you want the chorus to uplift a little bit. So one of the ways to do that is to add more chords or more strumming or more rhythm. So let's have a look at it. I'm going to do bar 13 through 16, and if you're not sure how to find what bar you're on, obviously you can count from the start, but that doesn't make much sense. Most music these days, or a lot of music these days, has the bar numbers included at the start of each line. So if you look at the chorus, just underneath that first line of the chorus, you can see a 13 in brackets. And that 13 means that the start of that line is bar 13. So if we go down to the next line, we can see 16 in brackets. and I'm going to play from bar 13 to 16. Okay, so I'm going to break that down for you. So the first thing is that we're going to do this G chord, and we're going to do it again on beat 1 and 2, sorry. And then we're going to move on to the D, and on beat 4 of the D you're going to play the second string. Now you can see there in the music that there's a little 3 on its own, and some people are tempted to play that D chord and then they take their hand off and they try and play that 3rd fret. But the best way to do this is to think about that 3rd fret note as part of your D chord. You're already playing that note if you're holding down the D chord. So what to do is you do G, G, D, and then play that 3rd fret note on its own. Just keep that chord going, it's fine. It's fine to leave that chord on for now, okay? That's the simplest way to do it. Then the next bar, you're onto your A minor, and that's the same as your intro and your verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're back to the G, which is the same as the bar we played just previous there. So it's G, G, D, and the 3rd fret on its own, and then we're going to play C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's bar 13 through 16. I'm going to play that in its entirety just now, slowly for you while I count out the rhythm. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there you go. So bar 13 through 16. Now, let's have a look at the music. So bar 17 to the end is almost identical to what we've just played. Let's break that into separate bars. So bars 17 and 18 are exactly like what we've just played. It's G, G, D, 3rd fret, and then A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go into the last line, and it starts off the same, but here's where things start to change a little bit. You're going to do G, G, then D. You're not going to play that 3rd fret note, just hold that D for 2 bars. Then we're going to go on to a C chord, hold that for the full bar, and then we're going to finish on a G chord. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to play the entire chorus, but what I'm also going to do is I'm going to maybe play a couple of bars just before that, the line before that. So G, D, this is starting at bar 11, so we've got a G, a D, a C, 2 C's in that bar, and then we're into the chorus. And the reason I want to do this is to demonstrate the shift in rhythm from going from playing 2 chords per bar to essentially 4 chords per bar. Okay, so G, G, D, and C. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and here comes the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there you go. Knocking on Heaven's Door for the acoustic debut grade for Rockschool. Hopefully that breaks it up for you a little bit and helps you to understand how to play it better and some of the things that you need to work on. What I would recommend is when you're practicing, maybe there are little bits that you are struggling with, maybe getting a D chord together or an A minor chord. Instead of trying to practice them as part of the song, maybe just do a little independent practice where you're just trying to practice getting those chords, those chords down individually, and then bring it back into the song and try and practice the song. I hope that helps. I'm Chris at East Lothian Guitar Lessons. Please subscribe over here, I think it is, and there's some more videos over there. And hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.